Howdy y'all. It has been a few months since I did my video on this, the Switch Lite that I did as soon as those custom replacement shells became available, and I've been really digging it so far. And I'll touch on the long-term durability of this shell in a bit, but first I'm going to mention why I'm bothering to do this, and that's because I'm going to have to replace the LCD anyway. So I figured if I'm going to be doing that, I might as well switch it up, and I'm going to be switching over to this. This is the purple, and this is the purple translucent one. The color looks a lot better in person than I thought it would. I was a bit concerned at first, but I think it looks better than it did in the listing. One of the things that I don't like is that it's just very glossy plastic. So one of the things I'm going to try to do is give it a bit more of a frosted look, and I'm going to be doing that by sanding it down, hopefully as evenly as possible. I've done stuff like that in the past, but I have no idea how it's going to turn out with this. And yeah, here I'm just taking you guys along for the ride. Let's go. If you guys are anything like me, you were probably pretty concerned at the beginning of that just because it looked pretty horrible, to be honest. But once you give it a go, and I did a first pass at 180, second pass at 320, mainly just because those are the only two that I had available. It does clean up nicely once you get all of the powder out of there. So I'm looking forward for the LCD to finally get here tomorrow so I can put everything back together. I might give it a little touch up here or there just to get it more even if possible. But really, the fact that you're doing it intentionally versus just happening it accidentally feels a lot better. So yes, I don't like scratches on my Switch, but I just scratched the shit out of mine. But it feels good because I did it on purpose. Anyway, until tomorrow. It is the next day, and I did receive the LCD. I put it in the new chassis kind of jankily, just enough so that I can get to the point where I can make sure that it is working. It looks a little sketch, definitely, especially with parts dangling off the board, but I wanted to make sure that the screen was functional and didn't have any weird issues. That way I don't discover something after I put everything back together, because that would definitely suck. Right now, I'm just waiting for the digitizer to come in. That should be getting here tomorrow, and I'll just slap that on here with some adhesive, and we should be good to go. Hopefully nothing else goes not according to plan. We'll see. See you guys tomorrow. It's been 2 days since the last shot. I did get the stuff yesterday. I didn't think it was going to be that big a deal. I get home, start putting the digitizer back on, and man, oh man, I probably spent a good solid hour trying to do that. The process itself, easy. It's just getting it back on there without getting a bunch of dust, smudges, fingerprints inside. That is what sucked so much. I didn't have nearly this much trouble last time around going from my original to the white shell. I think it's because I was having to replace all this stuff that it just introduced a lot more complexity to it, and it just really, really sucked. But I'm past that, and I'm really happy with the end result. As you can see, I actually did end up sticking with those white covers from the other kit, and I actually went back to the white face buttons to sort of complete that white and purple aesthetic. Those colorful buttons actually held up pretty well. I was a bit surprised. Even after, I think, 5 or 6 months of use, they were still totally illegible. Same goes for the case. I think that that's going to be pretty well suited to people that like that aesthetic more. Even after all those months, it did yellow a little bit. I don't think it was anything too drastic. The issue that I was having is since I was having to take it on and off all the time here in the past week or two, while I was troubleshooting that weird screen issue, I was starting to chip away at that soft touch coating that had and revealing the shiny glossy plastic underneath. So if you're not going to be doing that, which of course most people are not going to be disassembling their Switch Lites all the time, you're going to be totally fine with that if you prefer that look. I still wish that there were more color options, and if those become available, I will consider going through one of these things again, even though this time was a lot more painful than last. So I'll keep an eye out. If I do, at the very least, I will put a pinned comment down below letting you know when those things become available. yeah, other than that, and I feel like I say that all the time, but other than that, if you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment. Thank you for watching the video. Feel free to follow me on my socials. And yeah, I gotta go play. See ya.